Aim and release. So in the next 2 days practicing archery with renewed purpose. The threat of the Demon Queen's army feels more real to me after having witnessed the plight of Barwood's refugees. I know who I'm fighting to keep safe, and I'm ready to do more. This war isn't just part of a story anymore, it's really happening. Arg! I miss. Again. The golden bow doesn't want to listen to me. I feel like it's actively fighting me. Amen. The idea is ridiculous though, isn't it? It's just a bow with magic. It couldn't really be sentient like Elijah said, or could it? Release. Yeah, I'm living in a fantasy world, so isn't everything theoretically possible? I know there are some bounds to magic, but I haven't been thoroughly trained on the topic, so I'm not sure of the specifics. I miss again. Stupid bow. Even so, I don't give up. I aim and shoot again. I miss again and again. Sometimes I hit the target, only to miss over and over again once more. Ouch! At some point I pulled the bow wrong. Maybe I'm tired from making arrows fly like crazy over the past few days. My hand is bleeding. Look at the redness gathering in my palm. Can't continue shooting the bow with an injured hand. Even if I bandage my hand, I won't be able to shoot. The motion will hurt too much. I need healing. Healing magic is still a strange concept to me as someone from Earth, yet holy magic would indeed close the wound quickly, so I could continue my training. I've already seen proof of Elijah and Gareth's healing skills during the situation with the refugees. Gosh dang it. Okay. Be nice if the right click wasn't pulling up the save menu, because I accidentally hit it a lot. I look around trying to find Levi. I see him engaged in mock combat with one of the other knights. I don't want Levi to find out I'm injured. From what I have seen in Celeste's memories, he always flips out whenever his lady is hurt. I'll just seek out the priest on my own. I know the way to the priest wing now. I shouldn't need much time to get this wound healed and return here. I make my way through the corridors of the palace. I pass by the chapel. The door's open, so I peek inside. Why does it look like the bow is still there? Elijah is standing in front of the pedestal where the golden bow looks to still be, his hands joined together in prayer. He has a contemplative look on his face. He must be praying to the god of light. I know it's probably just because the background hasn't been drawn yet without the bow, but it's like, He can heal my hand, but I don't want to interrupt this serene scene. Just when I'm about to leave, I hear his voice behind me. You're free to approach me whenever you want. I turn around and step into the chapel. I'm sorry you were praying. I didn't want to interrupt you. That's so. I can pray anytime, but I can only talk to you when you're around. Somehow I'm embarrassed by his words, and the smirk on his face. First Noah, now Elijah. Why do all the guys around Celeste want to flirt with her so badly? I suppose I can officially assume that Elijah is into me. What exactly about Celeste, about me, do they find so interesting? Their interest could work in my favor, given the love requirement for defeating the Demon Queen. If only I wasn't myself and knew how to flirt with a guy. Elijah comes closer to me. He looks down and notices my bleeding hand. You're injured. I was just going to the priest's wing to get my hand healed. I overdid it at archery practice. You want to just get this wound patched up so you can overdo it all over again? We're leaving in 3 weeks. There's no time for me to not practice using the bow. How's the training going? Slowly, I still feel like the golden bow doesn't want me to wield it. I can't wrap my head around the concept of the bow being sentient. You're convinced it doesn't want to shoot for you. Maybe you're the one blocking its power. Maybe he's right. I'm an uneducated person who has no comprehension of magic. Perhaps I'm rejecting the golden bow instead of the other way around. I'm not sure. I need to think about it. Look down at my hand. Elijah follows my gaze. May I heal you? Yes, I would be happy if you did. I need to touch you to do so. Notice how I've been responding to his touch and his magic so far. Just being near Elijah makes me embarrassed. You can touch me to heal me. Elijah takes my hand in his own. I can't help but feel shy. His magic pours into my hand slowly, its power bringing me that pleasant feeling of being home. The wound closes in a minute, fully healed, leaving no scar. Elijah lets go of my hand. I use every ounce of my will to resist reaching out to him. Why does his magic have to have such a strong effect on me? Here, don't overdo the archery practice again. Though I'm sure you will anyway. Come by my office if you're bleeding again. I hate to see you hurt. He does? That's kind of sweet. Or is such a response normal from a healer? There's so much I don't know about Elijah. Hello, right-click. His role in the book was mostly to be part of the love triangle between himself, Levi, and Noah. The novel didn't go into as much detail about him as it did about Noah and Levi. Did Elijah have a lover in the church before the events of the book happened? Or had he never been in a relationship? I don't think I'm close enough to him to ask about his love life. But maybe one day I will be, and the mystery of Elijah will unravel itself. What is it? Elijah knows how quiet I've been. Thank you! No problem. What's on your mind? He's not the subject. Forgive me if I shouldn't ask this question, but we've interacted a few times so far, and I realize I know so little about you. Elijah laughs, a cheerful and carefree sound. Why would you want to know more about me, of all people? I'm not really sure why I'm so interested in Elijah. I can't deny the truth, though I really do want to know more about him. Fine, I'll tell you something else about me. Oh, he's taking pity on me. Well, I am interested in hearing what he has to say. I have 3 brothers. I was born a commoner, a farmer's son. When I turned 10, my affinity for light magic was tested, and I found out I was very strong at wielding holy powers. That's when my parents decided to give me to the church. I spent the next 10 years training as a priest and honing my magical skills. Do you miss your parents? I've seen them only 3 times since they gave me up, so no, I don't. We don't have a strong connection. Same with my brothers. If anything, my family was relieved to have one less mouth to feed. That's cruel. That's just life. Farmers don't have it easy, especially with the threat of the demons looming closer and closer each year. My parents have a farm that's only a week away from the battlefront by horseback. Should nothing change and the demons continue to advance, the farm will be destroyed by the end of the next decade. He talks about the possible destruction of his parents' farm with such a detached tone. He really doesn't have warm feelings for his family. My colleagues from the church quickly became my family, Gareth and Meredith mostly. We all graduated from the church's collegium together 2 years ago. A month later, I turned 18, so it was time for me to test to become the same. Many people thought I would be the chosen one, given my strong affinity for holy magic. I even took some archery training to prepare, realizing the odds were high for me to be the same. I'm nowhere near skilled at shooting the bow. Nowhere near very skilled at shooting the bow. Yet the golden bow didn't choose me. However, the time came for the head of the church to change. So, knowing it wasn't the same, taking into account my achievements and skills, the previous high priest nominated me for the position. I was selected and became the new high priest. I've held the role ever since. Do you like being a high priest? It's a lot of paperwork and making major decisions. I do enjoy the job, most of the time. Has the information I've given you about me satisfied your curiosity? Truth to be told, I was more interested in small things like Elijah's favorite food or color. Though I shouldn't be. We're nowhere near close enough to ask about such personal details. The tidbit he shared about his relationship with his family was new to me, but the rest I already knew from the book. None of it helped me figure out why I'm so interested in Elijah. Still, I feel like it would be improper to do anything else at this point, but nod and agree with him. Yes, thank you for sharing more about yourself with me. I'm happy to quench your thirst for knowledge regarding myself. Now then, I need to return to the office. It was nice chatting with you, Saintess. We should talk more often. With those words, he walks out of the chapel without sparing me another glance. How curious. In a sense, I do know more about Elijah now. Yet I also realize just how much more I might need to learn so I can figure out why I feel an attraction towards him. I shake my head. I've got training to do. Return to the training grounds. Levi hasn't noticed my absence. I'm glad. I didn't want to worry him. Take the golden bow in my hand and stare it down. You're not going to win against me. And knock an arrow in the bow again and aim. Continue training until I tire myself out. The next day comes and I realize it's time for Duchess Penelope's tea party. I almost want to pretend I have forgotten about the occasion, especially when Eurydice and Linda waltz into my room to get me ready for the outing. The tea party is a more informal affair than the ball or an audience with the Empress, so I opt for a more modest dress. We arrive at the royal gardens just in time for the event. Tables are set up and laden with so many kinds of colorful cakes that my mouth waters. If only I wasn't a noble lady, I'm supposed to mind my manners and eat daintily, otherwise I would have taken a full cake of each flavor all for myself. Considering how physically demanding archer training was, I could use some extra calories anyway. That's Duchess Penelope. Let's approach and greet her. Here this points to a lady whose long purple hair is adorned with a butterfly pin. While preparing me for the party with Linda, Eurydice made sure to drill information about the Duchess into me. Lady Penelope's family has a lot of land as well as a large palace in the countryside surrounded by beautiful gardens. Supposedly, there are a lot of butterflies flying around. Eurydice has been to the Ventus mansion a few times as part of Duchess Letitia's entourage. Oh, come on. Where am I? Search computer. Make sure. Did I, like, miss that line? Lady Penelope's family has a lot of land as well as a large palace in the countryside surrounded by beautiful gardens. Supposedly, there are a lot of butterflies flying around. Eurydice has been to the Ventus mansion a few times as part of Duchess Letitia's entourage. Although Penelope is only in her late 20s, she's one of the most important players in the politics of the Lucari Empire. Her influence is second only to Duke George's. Duchess Letitia has a large following of nobles as well. To be precise, Penelope and George are the leaders of two powerful opposing political factions. Duchess Letitia has her own following and doesn't engage with the two of them often. This war is nothing. It's so far away and doesn't concern those of us who are in the capital. Why should we worry about something that will never bother us? You're right, Lady Penelope. Are the demons even real? Hold back a long sigh. Duchess Penelope is the leader of the faction that believes less money should be spent on the war with the Demon Queen. Didn't realize until now that her beliefs were this stupid. Meanwhile, Duke George believes the Emperor should engage more directly in the war. He'd also like that more money to be invested in technological research so that the army can be better equipped to fight fiends. In his opinion, the Empire needs to be ready to stand its ground until the Saint emerges. So now that I've been chosen as a Saintess, the army only has to hold the front line until I can defeat the Demon Queen. I side firmly with George's beliefs. He isn't here today though. This tea party seems to be a woman-only event. Even if it wasn't though, I doubt Penelope would have invited her nemesis to her private gathering. I mean, have any of us ever even seen a demon? What if they're nothing more than a myth? The Briarwood refugees beg to differ. Eurydice gives me a look, clearly telling me to hold back my comments. Yeah, I can't stand by and listen to the Duchess's stupidity any longer. I have, you know? Have what? I've seen a demon. Penelope looks between me and Eurydice. Her cruel smile from the night of the ball returns. My blood freezes in my veins. Well, if it isn't the daughters of Count Decurie, Eurydice and the Saintess? Celeste, was it? Oh, she knows very well who I am. I bet the whole court has been gossiping about me ever since I got chosen to be the Saintess. That's right. Hello, Lady Penelope, and thank you for inviting us to your tea party. I thought it would be entertaining if we got to talk to the Saintess, considering her reputation. So tell me, Lady Celeste, did you really kill a demon? I was right. Gossip really has been spreading about me. Yes, that's true. The whole gathering of noble ladies lets out shocked gasps. She couldn't have. That's so savage. I bite my lip. I should have expected such a reaction. I'm far from the norm when it comes to acting like a noble lady. Why did I agree to come here? Now, it's not like Lady Celeste could control the fact that a demon attacked her. She merely acted in self-defense. By killing the imp by herself, she saved her own life. I turn around and give the lady who spoke up a grateful look. She has long, braided orange hair and a kind smile. Duchess Letitia. Still, being attacked by a demon? It's not something she could control. Right. Lady Penelope huffs. She walks over to one of the cake tables. When she turns around again, she claps her hand and has a smile on her face that could almost be considered pleasant. Let's get the tea party started. I'm so looking forward to the shortcake. The atmosphere changes instantly. Excited chatter ensues as the ladies make their way over to the cake, taking a little bit onto each of their plates. Servants are nearby, but we're supposed to choose cakes for ourselves today. Eurydice sits down with Lady Letitia's entourage. I'm not sure where I should sit. I don't recognize anyone else except my sister and her favorite lady. Sit down with us. I nod, relief is washing over me. I take a seat next to Eurydice. There's one more free seat next to me, but nobody takes it. Amongst small talk, we dig into the cake. Thankfully, I know the proper way to eat sweets, so I don't embarrass myself this time. The talk at Duchess Letitia's table is much more pleasant than any conversation with Lady Penelope. I relax. At some point, Lady Letitia gives me a pointed look. You really should be more careful about what you're saying, Lady Celeste, for your own good. But what Duchess Penelope said was just stupid. The other ladies gave me a startled look. Letitia looks out alongside. That's what I'm talking about. It's fine to have your own opinion. Nobody will force you to agree with her. But you're the Saintess now, an important person in the political climate of the Lokari Empire. You may not feel like your role has changed, especially since your reputation still follows you. However, people are listening carefully to everything you say or do. You're a public figure now. I bite my lip and looked away, embarrassed. I'm sorry that I'm so inadequate. Duchess Penelope doesn't believe the war is important. Duke George has the opposite opinion. If you wish, you may formally join the side of either of them. You may choose to stay politically neutral, like I am. You're focused on the quest to defeat the Demon Queen now, but a time will come when you return from your journey, you will still be the Saintess. Think carefully on what you want to do. Right. It may be that the demon army will disperse once their leader is slain. We may have to fight the remaining demon hordes for decades to come. The debate between Penelope and George may become unimportant, or it may grow into the most heated topic of the court. Be mindful of what impact your words have and choose them wisely. Thank you for your advice. The Duchess has really given me something to think about for the future. I've been so focused on my training that I haven't thoroughly considered the politics of my situation. Lady Letitia is right though. The Saintess is more than just a tool to end the war. I'll think carefully about what you said. What's with the long faces? Someone slides in the seat next to me. A man. What's a man doing at an all-girls party? Turn around and see Noah sitting next to me with a wide grin on his face. Noah, what are you doing here? I was taking a break from work and decided to go for a walk in the gardens. I saw you having a fun tea party, so I figured I'd crash it. Just like that, you figured you'd crash it? Perks of being the crown prince. I glare at Noah. He chuckles. This table is talking about serious matters, though. Why don't you ladies enjoy yourself more? Especially you, Celeste. I hear you're training really hard. I am? That's good. I like women who know their way around weapons. I blush at the implication of what Noah just said. He's flirting with me again, making me embarrassed, and this time he's doing it in front of a table full of wide-eyed, noble women. Noah? I give the prince a serious look. Why are you teasing me so much? My words startle him. Why? Please stop flirting with me. It's really bothering me. You're saying the wrong signals, acting like you're really interested in me. You don't know me enough to be so casual with me. I shouldn't be this casual with him either, but his words set the tone of this exchange, and now I can't hold back the bite from my voice. What if I have a good reason for flirting with you? Oh, so he agrees he's been flirting with me this whole time? What good reason? I rather enjoy seeing you both blushing and mad. You're a great distraction from organizing the party for our quest. Besides, you know I can be serious when needed. He's referring to when we work together to resolve the refugee situation. I can't help but feel mad, regardless. I don't want to be your distraction. Please stop teasing me. Noah throws his head back and laughs. there you are, getting all mad and flustered again. That shade of blushing pink looks lovely on your face. Noah! Prince Noah, this is supposed to be a women-only tea party? Duchess Penelope approaches us with a frown on her face. I've had my fill of Celeste's expressions anyway, so I'll be going. Noah, people will get the wrong idea. Have you ever seen me care about what the court says about me? I haven't. They call him the Mad Prince, though, and he was really living up to his name right now. Bye, Celeste. Good luck on the training. Goodbye, ladies. The cake was excellent. Managed to sneak a bite of cake during a conversation. Now he loads a bunch of cakes onto a plate before finally walking off. I wish I could act with so much freedom. Yet Lady Letitia just told me I can't act how Noah does. A shame, really. Let's continue the tea party. The rest of the party is uneventful, if a bit boring. However, considering how hard I've worked the past week, I appreciate being able to just sit down and take a part in light conversation. This was right about this outing being good for me. I avoid interacting with Lady Penelope and their entourage for the rest of the party, sticking with Letitia and her ladies instead. I don't embarrass myself any further. A few days later, after countless failed attempts at accessing the Golden Bow's magic, I visit the priest's office again. Saintess? Elijah's here with Gareth and Meredith again. I'm actually gonna drop it. Just save, just in case. Elijah's here with Gareth and Meredith again. Gareth gives me a small wave, not looking up from his paperwork. Meredith smiles and nods to me before returning her attention to the plans in front of her. I want to talk to Elijah. I've got some questions about religion. Know thy enemy, or so they say. In this case, my enemy is either the Golden Bow or the God of Light himself. I know too little about either to face them head on. Is that so? Elijah gives me a wide-eyed look. He walks to the door on the right side of the office and opens it. Let's not distract Gareth and Meredith then. Come in. He gestures to the door. Walk up to the podium and enter the room. Find myself in a cozy living room with beige decor. Plants are even more plentiful here than in the office. What is this place? We're in my apartment. This is my living room. Sit down. I'll make us some tea. Elijah disappears through another door, leading deeper into his apartment, or so I assume. I sit down on the couch, trying to relax. Elijah returns after a while and pours us both some tea. He takes a seat in the armchair. Do you like plants? I gesture to the decor around us. I do. They are God's creations, and they feast on the light he gives and helps them grow. Does Elijah know about photosynthesis? The view he just shared must be some myth of the religion that's surprisingly close to scientific reality. What would you like to know about a religion? Oh gosh. Can you remind me how the world came to be? First there was darkness. There was no life. Then a small spark appeared in the world. That spark formed the God of Light. The God was lonely though, so he created our world as well as the sun and moon to shine down upon his creation. Then he breathed life into nature, but the world still felt empty and lonely to him. So he made various kinds of animals, some friendly and others dangerous. Finally, he created humans, his most complex children. Afterwards, God made himself a home on the sun. From there, he watches us every day. At night, he sleeps, but the moon shines on the world as his guardian. Sounds like a pretty standard fantasy creation myth. Kinda boring, but it works okay for this world. At least the God in this story is benevolent. I guess evil comes from the demons and the lack of light. Darkness. Who exactly is the God of Light? Can you tell me more about him? He doesn't have a mortal form, but so he doesn't resemble us humans. Even so, he's often depicted as a human with wings, an angel. He's really just a formless mass of golden, glowing, warm light. I frown. That description reminds me of the time I was reincarnated. Is it possible I really met the God of Light himself? Obviously, I can't ask Elijah about that encounter, or he might consider my story a blasphemy against his God. God of Light loves us. He's kinder than any being in the world. And that's why, when the demons attacked, he gave us the means to defeat them. He is a deity that interferes with the mortal world, but not directly. He gave humans the golden bow, crafted by the blessed blacksmiths, but he wouldn't just step down from his pedestal to instantly resolve our problems. Humans have to save themselves. He just makes doing so easier, especially if we believe that the golden bow really is the only weapon that can defeat the Demon Queen. 2 decades of trying to kill her through different means are proof enough that the logic of the book is sound. Who is the Blessed Blacksmith? Who exactly is the Blessed Blacksmith? Clement Xeros. He's still alive, though nobody but the Empress knows where he lives. He's gone into seclusion. Too many people wanted to worship him as if he were the god of light himself. He preferred to live an ordinary life. As far as I know, he's a farmer somewhere to the west of here and has nothing to do with demons and religion anymore. Good for him. He's gone through enough for the Lokari Empire. I agree with that sentiment. You're wondering if he knows more about the golden bow than I do? The answer is... if he knows. Answer is no. He simply received a vision showing him what kind of weapon to create, and he made the bow from that image. The god of light blew his power into Clement's creation, and that's how the golden bow came to be. Why are the demons attacking the Lokari Empire? Why indeed. Demons are not of this world. 23 years ago, a portal opened to another world, the demon's domain. Beings poured out of the terror and reality. They want only to destroy all that is alive. They are pure evil. Their very existence is a blight on this beautiful world God created for us. However, as they are not made by God's hand, he cannot directly influence them. That's why he gave us the golden bow and chose its saint. Now we'll be able to get rid of the Demon Queen using God's pure power embedded within the artifact. Hopefully once the Demon Queen is gone, the rest of the demons will stop attacking. That's my hope as well. That's all I'd like to know. That's all I'd like to know. Thank you for answering my questions. I'm always happy to help, to talk to you about a topic that's close to my heart. There's one more thing I wanted to ask you. The question may be a bit random, but please hear me out. Is there any mention of love in the context of the religion of the god of light? Love? Silence falls between us. Elijah gives me a long look. I let him think. There is God of Light's love for his children. There may be more in the large tome about the Lokari Empire that I have from my collegium years. It includes myth from ancient times. I haven't read the book for a while, so my memory is rusty. I can give it to you to browse. I won't be able to read the book since I don't know the Lokari Empire's alphabet, but he might think me rude and strange if I refuse him. I'll take the tome from Elijah or risk drawing suspicion upon myself. I would appreciate that. Elijah gets up from his seat and walks over to a large bookcase. He takes out a large book with a navy cover and hands it over to me. If something about love in the context of religion comes to mind, I'll find you and let you know. I take the book from him and nod, and I realize that for the first time in a while, I finally relaxed around Elijah. I've just been enjoying the conversation and tea. When he speaks of matters he knows well, he has an aura of serenity to him. But I can't help but notice something else in his expression. It's like an atmosphere of sadness surrounds him. When he smiles, his eyes don't always shine. Let's ask him. Elijah, why are you so sad sometimes? Before I can stop myself, the question pops out of my mouth. Sad? Elijah's eyes widen. He gives me a shocked expression and quickly looks away. When he looks back at me, he has a smirk on his lips. Are you asking because you want to cheer me up, Celeste? He winks at me. My cheeks heat up. He's flirting with me again. Obviously, his change in demeanor is a means to avoid my question, but I can't help feeling embarrassed. Never mind. Forget that I asked. Tell me everything I need to know. I'll sell you the book you gave me. Thank you, Elijah. Be on my way. I almost run to the door. Elijah's chuckle follows me out. I run out of the office as well. I don't want to deal with Meredith and Gareth asking me why I'm so pink in the face.